This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Good evening, Dunedin. I'm Rebecca Dupree. One of the few remaining armed service personnel who served in the Second World War is taking time to reflect on his life. 92-year-old Neville Selwood was a navigator aboard a Lancaster bomber, which was part of several raids in the 1940s. And there's a possibility his efforts may soon be acknowledged by an important visitor to the city.
Memories as clear as if it were yesterday. At 18, Francis Neville Selwood was a navigator on a Lancaster bomber, directing a pilot to targets in Germany as part of the war effort. Mostly the targets were strategic hits on infrastructure. However, it's the raids on Dresden that had a profound effect on Selwood for many years. At the time, German politician Joseph Goebbels said hundreds of thousands of refugees were killed in the raids. However, Selwood says that wasn't the case.
The Americans eventually got hold of all the papers regarding Dresden. After the Cold War with Russia and the Berlin Wall broke down and the Russian outfits all split apart, they got all the original German archives, and we discovered that there were no refugees ever kept in Dresden. It was too busy a place to have mucking around with refugees.
Selwood says official records show around 25,000 people were found dead in their basements after the raids. But at the time, the figure was said to be 250,000. He says for a while he was not able to think about the bombings. But when he retired, it all came flooding back.
I eventually had a breakdown in health after I retired, and all I could see was the flames of Dresden. And I eventually got help through that with some medical care, but it wasn't until I read Frederick Taylor's book that I really finally found proper peace with myself.
Near the end of World War II, Selwood was among those flying happier missions, bringing food and aid to the country of Holland, whose citizens were being starved by the Nazis.
And they just went rapturous, waving all sorts of things and some spelling out, "Thank you." And our plane carried 6,670 pounds worth of food, but that's just random loading. And after that first day we found better ways of loading, and next trip to The Hague we took over 8,000 pounds.
He says while he remains haunted by some of the memories, the thought of dropping food to starving people helps ease it somewhat. Selwood may soon receive recognition for that work, with speculation the Dutch ambassador may visit Dunedin to present a medal to him in the near future. Daryl Baser, 39 Dunedin News.
The Highlanders have named their squad for this Friday's Super Rugby encounter against the Brumbies. Co-captain Shane Christie will make his return to the side after recovering from an illness that kept him on the sidelines for the last 2 games. Head coach Jamie Joseph is returning to the more conventional 5-3 split on the bench, with Rob Thompson coming in as the extra back. The side will be looking to recreate their previous win over the Australian side earlier this season when they play tomorrow night in Canberra. The Otago University Students Association is claiming the postal voting system for the upcoming local body elections discriminates against students. The organisation's acting president has called on the Dunedin City Council to set up a physical voting booth on campus, but he says it's not looking likely.
A sea of eligible voters, who may not take up the opportunity. The University of Otago link shows just how busy a 20,000 strong campus can be. The majority of them will be eligible to vote in this year's local body elections. However, OUSA acting president Jared Griffiths believes the postal system of voting means many of them simply won't bother.
So many decisions that council makes impacts on students directly, whether that be around local alcohol policy or rubbish collection, and we think that students, as a big portion of this community, should be engaged in that process.
Griffiths says with voter participation in the last local body election being around 35%, the council should be making it easier to vote.
We think that the Dunedin City Council should be welcoming any attempt to increase engagement and turnout in local body elections. It's so important, and we're wanting to push for this, and the DCC should be welcoming any attempts by us to engage the student body.
The OUSA wants to have a voting booth on campus, similar to the one at the City Council building for special voting. But the organisation's campaign officer, Sean Gamble, says e-voting works well for elections.
So at OUSA, a link goes out when voting opens, and that is sent to all students on email and also on Facebook. The way you enter that is you enter in your student ID number and your date of birth, so 2 ways of verifying whether you can vote or not, eligible to vote, and then you go through and it's just like regular voting, you tick for the candidate you want.
A spokesperson for the Dunedin City Council says a floating booth that travels around the community is being considered, but it will need to comply with all election rules. Daryl Baser, 39 Dunedin News.
Dozens of young golfers are braving some trying conditions in the hope of securing a spot in an upcoming national tournament. They're using the end of their school holidays to put in some time on the green for a junior tournament at St Clair, and it's helping the fledgling athletes take their game to the next level.
Going up against high winds at St Clair, these young golfers are dealing with some challenging conditions while participating in the Otago Golf Club Junior Open. It's also serving as a trial event for the under 19 and 16 team that will be selected to compete in Cambridge at the end of September. While organisers are happy with the number of people taking part in the Open, Golf Development Officer Michael Ormandy says attracting kids to the sport is becoming increasingly competitive.
It's a wee bit tough because obviously we compete with a lot of sports that are out there now, but it's just a matter of clubs and that pushing as much as they can out to the kids and getting them up here playing, really.
Sport Otago's staff work alongside schools to help promote the sport, with Ormandy running more than 20 junior tournaments during the year. But it's the selection in the Cambridge tournament team that these guys have their eye on.
So they play in a week-long competition up in Cambridge, and that can open all sorts of doors from national selections to senior honours and the rep teams that we pick for Otago also.
While their placing at this tournament will factor into whether they're selected, Ormandy says their form throughout the year will also be factored in. They're under some added pressure this time around, keen to recreate last year's team success up north.
So last year we were the champions. We won the under-19 tournament up in Cambridge. So these boys out here, there's a few of them still playing this year, so they know what it's like to compete at that top level. So yeah, we're reasonably in the top 3, I'd say, in the country, which is good.
Following this Open, 5 under-19s and 3 under-16s will be selected for the Cambridge tournament in late September. But first, they'll have to prove their worth in the blustery St Clair conditions. Ruby McAndrew, 39 Dunedin News.
Still to come on 39 Dunedin News, Hilary Calvert joins us to discuss her decision not to stand for re-election, and the sport of football enjoys a local resurgence of popularity.
Hi kids, if you'd like to enter a competition and win a trip for you and 2 friends from home to school in a fire truck, see the competition details below.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Wooltech have the experience and the expertise to supply a wide range of high-quality New Zealand-made products and can manufacture customised products to meet your individual requirements. Wooltech, great people, great products, great service.
Come one, come all to the Lana Castle Winter Ball. Traditional dancing, dining and fun to be had. Dress up in your Victorian costume and experience the glamour of yesteryear and witness the address of the haggis. Friday 22nd of July. Get in fast as tickets are limited. Call 4761616 or go online to www.lanarkcastle.co.nz. Thinking of services for older people? Think Enliven. Enliven is a service philosophy where people come first. Enliven is about choice, activity, relationships, respect and security. You can enliven your health, your friendships, your life, no matter what your age. For more information, go to psotago.org.nz or call 4777 115.
You can make a difference for the SPCA this Cupcake Day. It's the sweetest way to help animals in need. For more details, go to spcacupcakeday.co.nz.
Mobility Solutions Centre Dunedin provides products to improve your independence, comfort and safety. Contact the team at 4777 195 or visit mobilitysolutioncentre.co.nz.
And mums and dads, we've got a great competition for you too. You can win a fire extinguisher and a fire blanket for your home. Just see the details below.
Welcome back. The tourism boom is continuing with a new June record for the number of international visitors. Close to 200,000 foreigners entered the country last month. That's an 11% increase on last year. The latest data shows more Australian, Chinese and American holidaymakers are touring New Zealand. The annual number of international departures by New Zealanders has also hit a new high at just under 2.5 million. And on that note, let's take a look at today's markets. The NZX 50 has closed the day up 41 points, now at 7,214. The Dow Jones is up 36 points. And to the exchange rates, and the Kiwi dollar is down against all the currencies that we follow. Dunedin City Councillor Hilary Calvert has this week announced her decision not to stand in this year's upcoming election. She's cited issues with fellow councillors and staff as one of the reasons behind her choice, and she joins us now to talk about it. Good evening.
Hello.
Why have you chosen not to stand again?
I've chosen not to stand because I don't think I can make a difference that's worth it to the people of Dunedin.
What's your impression of how things are run at the DCC?
I think they're run reasonably well staff-wise. I mean, I think Dr Bidrose has been doing a fantastic job getting the council back into good operating order, so to speak. I think the issues lie with the governance level. The agendas are not controlled by anybody in governance. We don't have any plans about what we're doing. We get buffeted about from pillar to post with decision about this with 2 working days notice. You know, we get our papers 10 seconds before you get our papers. And we're not taking charge of the decisions we're making and looking at them as thoroughly and carefully as we might, I think.
What attracted you to wanting to be on the council in the first place?
I was hoping I could make Dunedin a better place in the city hall sense, since to me the council is something I wouldn't expect people to be thinking about from one year to the next. Any day that you're not thinking about what's happening at the city council is a good day, I think, for most people.
Do you feel like you're leaving with unfinished business?
On a bad day, I feel I'm leaving with unstarted business.
Not enough time on those agendas.
Not the right thing on the agendas.
How different is being in local body politics compared to national politics? Because of course you've had a foray into both.
Well, interestingly, because of the position I was in national politics, I could make a difference because I was on sort of the side of the house that was currently in government, and they needed votes from our party to get legislation through. And so I was making some difference. I mean, of course you can't not vote for something, but act as a non-whipped party, so we can choose what we wanted to do. But you can have wording changed and things here and there. You can make a difference.
And so back to the DCC, what do you think needs to change within the organisation?
I think the governance part of the DCC needs to take charge of the decisions it's making and what it takes responsibility for. We were just talking briefly earlier about health and safety, for example. We have an Audit and Risk Committee and we get reports on health and safety, including such important things as paper cuts that the staff might have got and what we've done about them to discourage any further paper cut incidents. We don't get reports on what our council-owned companies are doing with the risks they're taking and how they're managed. And we've got, for instance, a company at the moment who's in some fairly major and unpleasant court proceedings that we haven't been told about. Now that to me is a risk that we should know about and we should be looking at and concerned about.
Are you able to divulge which company that is?
Delta.
Are you planning on throwing your support behind any of the mayoral contenders?
No, I would support anybody who's looking at creating more democracy in council. I think what we've had is the council dominated by some members who aren't having all the information out there so much as others. So of the 15 people that were chosen by people, only probably 4 or 5 of them are in a position to be pushing their interests, as it were. And it's not that my interests are different. It's that it's important that we put everything in together. For example, if you're having cycleways, which is fine, and other people are concerned about parking, we should know how many parks we're losing and how much cycleway we're gaining. Now, I don't mind which side of the argument I'm on, but we should have both those lots of information in there when we're making decisions. So,
what is next for you?
I don't know.
Not going to go back to the law profession?
I don't think so, but it's probably worse off on council because I think like a lawyer, and so I expect people to behave in a fashion that isn't really very fair.
Well, the world is your oyster. Hilary Calvert, almost former Dunedin City Councillor, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
After the break on 39 Dunedin News, yesterday's high winds wreak some havoc around the city, and football proves a popular pastime for kids over the school holidays.
Help delay the signs of ageing with Collagen Plus from Silverhorn. Collagen Plus helps supplement your body's own natural production of collagen, giving you firmer, healthier, younger looking skin, shinier, healthier hair and stronger nails. It's restoring your beauty from within, and it's great value. 3-month supply, that's 180 capsules, is just $98. We'll pay the courier charge to you, and we'll give you a luxurious face cream as well, beauty from the inside and the outside. Give us a call today, 0800 502 402.
We're at 25 Moray Place at Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile and then doing our own blends. We're really focused on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
You can make a difference for the SPCA this Cupcake Day. It's the sweetest way to help animals in need. For more details, go to spcacupcakeday.co.nz.
Come one, come all to the Larnac Castle Winter Ball. Traditional dancing, dining and fun to be had. Dress up in your Victorian costume and experience the glamour of yesteryear and witness the address of the haggis. Friday 22nd of July, get in fast as tickets are limited. Call 4761616 or go online to www.larnaccastle.co.nz.
Driving Miss Daisy is a safe, friendly and reliable companion driving service.
Hello Jean, where are we off to today?
We form genuine friendships with our clients and help them to remain independent. Thousands of Driving Miss Daisy clients and their families love our caring, affordable service. Call us today for a quote on 0800 948 432 or visit drivingmissdaisy.co.nz. Driving Miss Daisy for the gift of independence.
Every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Mobility Solutions Centre Dunedin provides products to improve your independence, comfort and safety. Contact the team at 4777 195 or visit mobilitysolutioncentre.co.nz.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
And mums and dads, we've got a great competition for you too. You can win a fire extinguisher and a fire blanket for your home. Just see the details below.
Welcome back. The race for the Dunedin mayoralty is only just underway, but already it appears to be getting dirty. It's understood incumbent Mayor Dave Cull was served with defamation papers in Stewart Street this morning by a private investigator. The case was initiated by returning mayoral contender Lee Vandervis. It relates to a comment made by the mayor in a council meeting last year. That comment was, "You, sir, are a liar, now leave." Vandervis has confirmed the papers were served and says it's now up to the mayor to choose how to respond. Strong winds have caused minor damage around the city, with a number of trees brought down overnight. A 4-metre wattle tree in Mosgill's Anzac Park came down late last night, narrowly missing the road. Dunedin City Council staff and contractors don't believe any other trees in the park were affected. They've spent the day checking other key park sites, but say there have been no further reports of damage. The University of Otago's weather station recorded a maximum wind gust of 75 kilometres per hour yesterday. More than 100 children are participating in a football school holiday program at the Edgar Centre. The importance of growing the sport at a grassroots level is one of the main drivers behind the 4-day event. And although the football season is winding down, there's no let-up in local interest.
Giving it a fair nudge. Close to 120 kids are using their school holidays to get active, taking part in both football and futsal at the Edgar Centre. The school holiday program, which is run by Football South, is a chance for all ages to get out and learn more about the game.
We've got the football holiday program going on at the moment. It's the final day, so 4th day, and the ages range from 5 to 13, so we've got hundreds of kids here just enjoying football.
Philip says he's stoked with the large number of kids turning up to take part in the program. He says with such a wide range of ages involved, organisers have made sure to offer different activities to everyone based on their skill level.
With our younger groups, such as the 5 and 6 year olds, we're just focusing on getting touches on the ball, where some development play is more for the 13 year olds, and overall having a lot of game time.
The 4-day event is designed to cater to a range of skill levels, with club players mingling with those who have never played the game before. Philip says it's simply about encouraging everyone to give it a go, in turn helping grow football at a grassroots level.
It's very important because you can get them in here, get a football at feet, make them fall in love with the game, make the kids that are already in love with it love it even more.
All of the city's football clubs are involved in the school holiday program, helping provide plenty of coaches. The staff all too happy to get out there and share their passion for the beautiful game. Ruby McAndrew, 39, Dunedin News.
And now it's time for a look at what's in tomorrow's Otago Daily Times, and Dave Cannon joins us. Good evening.
Good, Rebecca, how are you?
Good, thank you.
We've got full coverage of the weather event today, the high winds. There's several fires around town, and some of the wind gusts were recorded at 130 k's, so it was pretty breezy out there. A really interesting story tomorrow. South Dunedin's been getting a lot of flack lately, of course, by publicity about the flooding. And there's a test case on at the moment about a man who wants to pull down a house and build one in one of the most flood-prone streets in South Dunedin, in Richmond Street. So David Lockree's been there today, and it's quite an interesting story, so it could be have some big impact for the future. We're also having a look at the Anglicans calling on their parishioners to donate the cost of a cup of coffee to help keep their bishop in Dunedin.
Oh.
Things are tough in the Anglican Church, obviously. And the Wash looks at cemeteries tomorrow, the serenity of cemeteries.
Oh, very nice. I know someone who'll be quite interested in that.
Right.
That's all in tomorrow's ODT. Thank you,
Indeed.
Dave. Time
you.
now for local weather.
This 39 Dunedin News weather update proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorn's Emu Oil.
And here is our city view. It's taken of sunset over Kaikarai Valley. And around the city at 3 o'clock today, 10 degrees for both the central city and the gardens, 11 for the Tyree. Well, to the situation, and a milder westerly flow will blow over the country from tomorrow, with weakening cold fronts moving across from the Tasman Sea. But it doesn't necessarily mean great weather. Around the lower South Island tomorrow, nor'westers with high cloud increasing for Invercargill, Gore and Alexandra. Late rain for Tiana with nor'westers, 11 degrees there. And nor'westers with high cloud increasing for Queenstown, Wanaka and Twizel. High cloud and northerlies in fact for Oamaru with a high of 13. And Dunedin tonight, fine with frosts in sheltered places and an overnight low of -2. Fine and sunny tomorrow with high cloud increasing later in the day. Northerly winds tending northwest after dark, 13 degrees. And on Saturday, a period of rain with fresh to strong gusty nor'westers, but clearing later on, 14. To the Otago Pallet Fires tidal and fishing information, high tide tomorrow morning is at 5:10. Low tide follows at midday. And fishing conditions look good tomorrow afternoon, particularly at around 2:30 p.m. And that's all from the team here at 39 Dunedin News for Thursday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Good night.
This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.